This is NOJHL Game Day. Welcome back into our league studio, everybody. I'm Alex Bachivansky. It's great to see you again. I've got a ton to cover, and I've only got a few minutes to do it. Lots to get caught up on, so let's go.
Now here comes Hurst to the attack, Ondras. Como to the other side, scores! Tyler Patterson makes no mistake, 4-2 Hurst.
Around the net this season, Tyler Patterson's made very few mistakes. He's been money over and over and over again.
He scores! Tyler Patterson!
To the tune of 26 goals, and his 62 points have been tied for fourth in league scoring with his Lumberjacks line mate.
My season is definitely one of the top end seasons that I've had. But as being in Hearst for 4 years now, I've played with the same line mate for 3, which is Matthew Como. And something like that, as I've said in a previous interview, it's very special. So what me and him what we have on and off the ice, it's just duo dynamic. So I know he'll be happy when he hears this, but I got to give a lot of credit to him. So it's been benefiting us both.
Patterson prides himself on being a complete player at both ends of the ice.
What a shot by Tyler Patterson!
What my team is definitely expecting from me and what they're going to get from me is an offensive game. A 200-foot game, but I really do focus on the offensive part. I know what my team needs me to do, and that involves putting up points and goals for the team. But at the same time, I take care of all ends of the ice.
The 20-year-old hails from Newcastle, Ontario, just outside Oshawa. He made the trek north 4 years ago to become a Lumberjack and feels the NOJHL and town of Hearst were the right choice.
The NOJHL has definitely styled my game different. It's a lot different than down south. The coaching I've had, like Mark Lane I've had, he's taught me so much, and it's another big reason why I've stayed here for so long. Playing here and the crowd we have is why I'm still here. It's every time you go out there on the ice in front of them, just feels like a privilege and an opportunity. Like they make it feel like it's a hockey game. It's why you play the game. Like it's just fun out there.
Rebound! He scores!
Beyond this season, Patterson hopes to play NCAA hockey, but his focus right now is squarely on helping the Lumberjacks win their first championship since 2019, something he feels they're well equipped to do.
Going into the playoffs, going into this season in general, we had a huge veteran squad coming back. I think we were all disappointed with how last year went. But like you said, we all had the eye on the prize for this season, and the group we brought in, we have a team in that dressing room. Everybody has the same mindset. Everybody's bought in. So I'm very stoked for playoffs, and I think we'll go for a deep run here.
Come on, Patterson scores! Beat him like a renegade!
Yeah, he has been good this season. Okay, last night's games, Timmins was visiting Blind River, and there were ups and downs aplenty in this tilt. We pick it up in the second. Blind River leading 3-2. Mason Taylor rips it home from the point to make it a 2-goal advantage for the Beavers. Pump the brakes, though. Late in the frame, Reese Liu, who had a fantastic game, notches his second of the night to make it a 1-goal contest. And then in the third, Caden MacArthur goes for his skate. He finds daylight to knot things up at 4 apiece. And then just 50 seconds later, Clark Scadden notches his 14th goal of the campaign. And Timmins had its first lead of the night. Hold on, though. It still wasn't done. With just under 4 minutes left, Rylan Gibbs saves a point for the Beavers as he puts it past Dryden Riley. Overtime solved nothing. What a tilt in Blind River. The squad skate to a 5-5 draw. No such drama in Sudbury, however. French River was in town, and it was all Cubs from the get-go.
Rabbits trying to come back in their own zone to get it, but they turn it over. Here's a pass in front. They score! Chitty, bang, bang, Mason Chitteroni.
Chitteroni with his 7th of the season, and then with the score 2-zip, Aiden McCartney bangs home his 7th of the campaign to make it a 3-goal spread. In the second frame, French River gets on the board. Hunter Valanis has been so good this season. The rookie continues to impress with the wicked snipe to make it 3-1. Midway through the frame, though, it's Ben Harris to Brady Bouchard. Bam! He tattoos the one-timer past the keeper. It was 4-1 Cubs. At the other end, Noah Bone was looking good. He only faced 20 shots, but this is as good of a save as you'll see all year long. He stones Bryson Villeneuve on the breakaway. Sudbury would cruise to the 7-1 victory. On tap tonight, Kirkland Lake against Powassan. The Voodoos are 3-0 against them this season, and they just snapped their 7-game losing streak on Sunday. Powassan 3-7 in their last 10. The Miners 3-7 over that time as well. French River taking on the Sioux Eagles. The Eagles have had their number. 4-0 against the Rapids this season. The Eagles 6-4 over their last 10. The Rapids are 4-6. And Espanola will head to Hearst. The Lumberjacks 3-0 against the Paper Kings. Both teams are playing extremely well right now, though. Hearst 7-2-1 over their last 10. Espanola 7-3. Primetime player from last night, Reese Liu from the Timmins Rock. He's a rookie this season, but he's looked more like a veteran. Excellent play all campaign long. 2 goals and 1 assist for Reeves in that thrilling 5-5 tie against Blind River. And your play of the day, brought to you, of course, by our friends at BrokerLink. Auto, home, and business insurance. BrokerLink, life is confusing. Your insurance shouldn't be. We're giving it to Noah Bone for the utter larceny on the breakaway.
But could not do so. And now here are the Rapids on a breakaway. It's Bryson Villeneuve backhand. Oh, what a stop by Noah Bull at point blank on a Bryson Villeneuve breakaway. That's a fantastic save from Noah Bull here late in the period.
Yeah, I just remember that to stay up to date with everything that's going on in the NOJHL all throughout the season, be sure to check out the league's official social media outlets. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Hello and welcome into the Powassan Sportsplex for a Friday night match between the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners and the Powassan Voodoos. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements here at the Sportsplex for one of our final home games of Powassan Voodoos hockey this season before, as we hope, playoff season will be right around the corner. Harrison, should be a good one here in P-Town.
Absolutely, and the Voodoos getting their first win in quite the stretch, looking to build on a 4-1 Sunday win over the Sioux Thunderbirds, who are unfortunately, the Gold Miners are unfortunately stuck in last place in the NOJHL, but the Voodoos starting to build some momentum, as we said, 4-1 win on Sunday, and they have beaten the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners this season 3 times, including a 3-1 win in which the Voodoos was the Voodoos' last win before going into that losing skid that they've just clawed their way out of, assisted by Lucas DeCalloway having a great game on Sunday, netting his first Junior A goal on Noah Medeville, and it proved to be the game winner. Later in the contest, he also chipped a puck up to Caden Cowell for a key second period marker. Yeah, Lucas DeCalloway almost looked confused when he scored that goal, as that was his first of the season. It had been a long stretch for the defender, but both his parents, who are here on every game and just, always supporting Lucas,
Really happy to see him score that goal for sure. Also helping them in that game, Austin Seibel, who's been named the NOJHL's third star of the week, courtesy of that 36-save 4-1 win on Sunday. Looking back at the other games, 6-4 victory for the Voodoos on November 2nd against Kirkland Lake, and 7-3 on October 26th in Kirkland Lake as well. I had the fortune of being on hand for the game. That was the 6-4 victory November 2nd, and it's quite the arena in Kirkland Lake. I quite enjoyed it. It's a very nice setup. It's a little bit dimmer in there, but it's nice.
We're used to dim lighting here in Powassan.
Yeah, we're ones to talk. Last season, though, the Voodoos are looking to sweep the season series 2 straight years here as they went 4-0. In the last 5 seasons, Powassan 16-2-0-1 against Kirkland Lake as
An
well.
incredible record, and looking to build off that here tonight, as there is only a handful of games, as we mentioned, left in the season. Only 2 playoff spots left up for grabs. The Cubs, Lumberjacks, Beavers, Eagles, Rock, and Thunderbirds have now clinched their playoff positions. The Voodoos currently sit in the 7th position with the Paper Kings in 8th. And 47 points currently for the Voodoos, 41 for the Paper Kings. And just behind the Paper Kings are the Iroquois Falls Storm, who are looking to get things going. It's a tight race towards the very end of the regular season here.
It is, and you know what? I was going to say the Storm are playing tonight, but no, they aren't, as that was actually, they were supposed to be playing tonight against Elliott Lake, but of course that being a 1-0 forfeit for the Iroquois Falls Storm in that game, as Elliott Lake hasn't played since December. An unfortunate situation there, of course. Other games tonight, French River against the Sioux Eagles, Espanola against Hearst, and of course Powassan and Kirkland Lake, as you heard so well put together on the game day video by Alex Bastravansky. A win here tonight, though, Harrison, would go a long way to helping the Voodoos quest for or playoffs every single season that they've been in the league. That would bump them up to 49 points, while Iroquois Falls in 9th is at 39 points with only a handful of games left.
Iroquois Falls has had a very up and down season, especially with different staff changes, so they're fighting hard to the very end to try and knock out the Paper Kings. Paper Kings were barely squeaking into the playoffs last season as well, so they like to keep things interesting as well.
Yeah, and you know what? They had a pretty good shot. Caden Cowell of the Espanola Paper Kings last year said that he thought that they could win their first round series last year against the Greater Sudbury Cubs. They did give the Cubs a bit of a run for their money, more than I thought some people I'm sure thought they would, as the Voodoos come out on the ice at Kirkland Lake as well. But yeah, Espanola, no slouches, but Iroquois Falls has won every game against Powassan this year as well. So when we talk about an up and down season for Iroquois Falls, it's been nothing but ups against Powassan.
Absolutely. But tonight, we got a different team in black and yellow facing off against the Voodoos, and we will get to it briefly after the national anthems.
We
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by The Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, The Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout.
All right, here's your starting lineup for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. Aaron Leaners, along with Jeremy Schunborn and Jordan Ficker, are up front. Bruce Gray and James Cullison are on the back end. And Mason Janicki with his 1-10 record and a .553 goals against average, .868 save percentage is in net for the Gold Miners. Here's Harrison with the Voodoos lineup.
Voodoos going with their top line, top pairing with Caden Cowell, Justin Rousseau, and Ryan Saginaw. On defense, you have Alex McKillop and Mason Rotundo. And in net, we have the star of the week for the Voodoos, Austin Seibel, in net to start.
Austin Seibel comes in with a 10-11 record, a .319 goals against average, and a sparkling .914 save percentage as we're underway. As that's McKillop batting the puck down the ice, but it's the former Voodoo Jeremy Schunborn getting to it. And now the Gold Miners have the puck into Voodoo's territory. That was Ficker, but he couldn't get it very far as Schunborn tried to get it in. The Gold Miners in the road black and gold are going right to left, and the Voodoos in their home whites are going, Kirkland Lake's going left to right, and the Voodoos are going right to left. I know my directions. Adam McKillop leaving the puck for Coleman behind his net. Coleman out the ice for McGunthin. McGunthin tipped it to the far side. No one was there, and Kirkland Lake picks it up, sending the puck into Voodoo's territory. And now there's a delayed offside against Kirkland Lake as the puck is rolled down. Janicki plays the puck, and the puck rolls into the near side. Whitelaw there battling for it. McGunthin has it in his skates, tried to bat it back for Whitelaw. And now the puck goes around the far side. Kratz kept it in. Duproy in there as well. And now Kirkland Lake has possession once again. That was Tingay. Got the puck out through the neutral zone though, but McGunthin took a blind pass to the far side. Nolan was there, but he couldn't quite get a hold of it. And now Kratz has it over for Coleman. Coleman tipped off the glass for Nolan. Nolan gets it to Call. Call skating in on the outside. He found Dawson in the front, but Dawson couldn't quite get a handle of it as he was in the slot and would have had a dangerous opportunity there from Owen Call. Now Dawson on the near side. Tried to rim the puck around. Now it's picked back up by Kirkland Lake. Down the ice, the Gold Miners go. That's Hall. Hall sends it in, and Seibel kicks that one into the corner. 2 minutes gone here. Not much action towards the net yet, as Nolan has the puck in his own zone. Jack Nolan to Rive, who's back after an injury. Got the puck down the ice, took a hit, and now it's Angelis who got the puck in. To Callaway. Around for Boys on the far side now. Deniz, another former Voodoo, trying to get the puck in deep. Now it's flipped to the near side. Rive got a hold of it and dumped it down the ice. And that was picked up by Cullison, but now Viscu gets to it. Viscu out front, and no one was home for Powassan. Now the puck flipped back around to the near side, and that's going to be a puck for Kirkland Lake as Shucker gets to it. Or Saucier, I should say. Puck down the ice, McKillop with it in his own zone. Saucier all over him. McKillop gets the puck down for Misa, who got a stick on it and dumped it in. Now Cullison on the far side. Battling for it, Tingay to Cullison. Now Cullison comes away with it. Down the ice he goes through the neutral zone, gains the red line, dumps it in, and Seibel's going to kick that one into the corner as well. Now the puck picked up by Powassan. That was Saginaw. Misa back over for Saginaw. Saginaw walks in, takes a shot, and that one hit a stick and missed the net. Now Leaners back the other way. Puck is dumped in. Took a hop right out in front of Austin Seibel. And the puck back out for Ficker. They score! Between the blocker and the body of Austin Seibel, it's 1-0 Kirkland Lake here as Jordan Ficker gets his 14th of the season.
And that was a extremely quick-paced first 3.5 minutes. Kirkland Lake is able to just find what seemed like an accidental screen in front of Seibel. Didn't quite see all of it, and just off a weird changeup, they get ahead early.
Well, this happened last time these two teams met here in Powassan. Kirkland Lake had an early 1-0 lead right through the first period. before the Voodoos came and scored 3 unanswered in the final 40.
Well, if history shows, we're up for a high-scoring game.
It's true. Fans still trickling in here after quite a ride to get to the Sportsplex this evening, as we'll get an icing call against Kirkland Lake.
Yeah, we see a variety of folks shuffling in, and shout out to everybody who was able to brave the storms that we're seeing here in Northern Ontario, able to make it to the match. We had a bit slower of a start to get here, but we made it here okay. I'm actually replacing our planned color guy. I was supposed to be on socials tonight, but more than happy to be back up here in the booth for some exciting hockey on a Friday night.
Always a good time having you up here, Harrison.
Absolutely. Glad to be here, but we're here with the puck drop once again.
And it's one back to DeCallaway. DeCallaway has the puck on the near side, gets it up for Dubroy. Dubroy tried to dump it in, but Schneider blocked it, but the puck still gets in deep. And McGuffin with a chance, and Janicki with a save, and a rebound chance by Whitelaw. And Janicki with a couple of solid saves there as he gets tested now, right after Kirkland Lake made it 1-0.
And nothing wrong with that play. You see a loose puck, you got to go for it. Keep jamming away, but eventually Kirkland Lake does manage to cover it up. A very fast-paced game so far. A lot of decisive, quick passes leading to some sort of unorthodox opportunities so far.
Roy in for the draw. He'll go up against Abresh. As there's some communication now between the Kirkland Lake bench and a player that was coming off. DeBroy wins it back to Callaway, gets it at the point, takes a shot. That one hit a body, and it goes right up into the roof of the Sportsplex. So we'll get another stoppage here with 15:49 left in the first period.
Hard to believe we're near the end of the season here with so much on the line in every game. I'm not sure if it's this game or the next, but the Voodoos do have a chance to clinch very shortly.
Puck one off the draw. Rive with a chance, and Janicki with the save. Rebound chance comes out front, and the Voodoos couldn't quite get that one on net either. But that was a good shot from Rive from the point. Puck down into Voodoos territory. It's a 2-on-1 if they can corral the puck, and they can't, as the puck bounces into the corner. That could have been a dangerous opportunity. Here it is. The puck comes out front again, and that one hit a diving Rive and goes up over the net and out of play.
Official scoring breakdown on that first goal by Fittger is the secondary assist goes to former Voodoo, Jeremy Schoenborn, and then the primary to Leaners, and then Fittger with the Barry.
15:26 left in the first period. As the puck back to the point, now Call trying to get off to the races. Dawson battling for it. Puck comes out front by the blue line, but now it's to Rotundo. Rotundo dumped the puck down the ice. No icing, though, as it bounced over Tingay's stick. Now Dawson in, but Kirkland Lake gets to it. It's far side for Hall. Hall couldn't quite get the puck down the ice. It's called, sends it right back in. Now Dawson in there, but the puck comes around to the near side. Kirkland Lake with possession. Tingay with it. Nearly lost it to Call. Call chasing after it, he shoots! And a save by Janicki on that one, as that one came out of nowhere. A good forecheck effort by Call to strip the puck of Kirkland Lake there and get a shot on net.
And that was a very, very quick reaction save from Janicki. He almost didn't see the shot go. It was another loose scramble in front of the net due to an unchecked player. A couple opportunities for the Voodoos with chances like that so far.
Misa muscled off the puck, and it's to the near side. Still battling for it. Viscu gets to it, dumps it back in. Couldn't quite get it very far, though, and Kirkland Lake sends it down the ice. Now a race for it. Kratz gets to it first. So an icing call here against Kirkland Lake.
It's been an action-packed 5 minutes plus here at the Sportsplex. We have one goal on the board already, and the Voodoos have had a lot of offensive zone draws, a lot of chances up close in the Kirkland Lake net. And off these draws, they're more than content to just fire directly on Janicki.
Well, the face-off's won here by Kirkland Lake. And now the Voodoos chasing back after it. Puck is dumped in. Seibel plays it. Near side, Saucier battling for it. Got it up for Misa, though. And now the puck comes loose. And down the ice it goes for Powassan. Viscu with some speed. Viscu in alone. Viscu with a shot, and Janicki with a save as Viscu couldn't get all of that one. But talk about making something out of nothing on that one for Daniel Viscu. Now back for Kratz. Kratz with a shot. That one hits a body and goes wide. Puck back to the point and out for Kirkland Lake. And now the puck flipped to the near side. Kirkland Lake still battling for it. That was Boyley. And the puck comes to Viscu at the blue line. Dump back in. Cullison got a piece of it though as the Voodoos got it out. And Sakic sends it over to the far side. Puck to the near side. Russo around the far side. Now Saginaw is going to pick it up. Saginaw rims it around for Russo. Russo to the near side for Cowell. Cowell back to the point for Callaway with a shot. And that one hit a couple of sticks and was tipped on net there. But Janiki to the task. Now Rive can't quite get it out of the zone. Puck in the Voodoo zone. Comes around to the near side of Bresch with a chance. That one's off the end wall. And now it goes around back to the blue line. Dump back in, a Bresch with it. He gets it out front. What a chance there. I don't know if Seibel got a piece of it or not, but now Russo going the other way. Russo to Cowell. Cowell walking in. Sharp angle, chance, far side. And what a save there by Janiki. As the Voodoos threatening here, ever since allowing that first goal, they've come on strong.
The Voodoos have done an excellent job so far of clearing their zone and going on the rush, especially with numbers. But Janiki's been tracking the puck excellently tonight, able to get over. I don't know how he was able to see that and makes the save on his 7th shot against of the night.
As we get set for another offensive zone draw between the Voodoos and Kirkland Lake, it's Dubroy in for Powassan. And he wins it back to the point. Rotundo with it. Sends it in. Janiki saw that one all the way and just got a glove on it, covering it up. And we'll get another stoppage here.
Despite the scoreline, we have seen a lot of the play be in the Kirkland Lake zone. Again, with another shot towards the net and Dubroy in again. The Voodoos will get another chance to even things up.
Dubroy wins that one back to Rotundo again. Rotundo takes it down the sidewall. And he throws it behind the net looking for Whitelaw. That Whitelaw tipped it out front, but it knocked away from him. Now McGunthin back to the point for McKillop. McKillop throws that one on net too. Janiki with another save. Now Rotundo dumping it right back in around the rim. It goes, and a couple of miscommunication there between McKillop and Whitelaw. And McKillop just was able to keep it in momentarily, but now it's down into Voodoo's territory. McKillop throws that one cross ice all the way down. As it was too high, it didn't hit anybody, so that'll go for icing against Powassan. Peter Goulet, though, is trying to argue that somebody tipped it.
Quite emphatically noting a tip. Voodoos getting away with an icing or two earlier, so we will see where this draw ends up going. There is a little conference at neutral ice and see what the official decision is.
Looks like they're going to go right here at center ice. That's going to be call against Snyder. It's won by Snyder back to Cullison. Cullison. And he's going to dump the puck down. But Kratz gets to it at his own blue line. Kratz twisting and turning. Looking over his options. Gets it up for Call now. Call in for Dawson. Dawson tried to feed it across ice. And that one was picked off nearly by Kirkland Lake. And now the puck is out of play. Dawson almost in prime shooting territory though.
The Voodoos have done an excellent job at shooting through traffic because you can see on those close attempts, Janiki's not getting all of it, especially on the low shots near the pads. We've seen him look back quite a few times, not quite sure if the puck squeezed through traffic, and low has been ideal for the Voodoos.
Coleman with a shot, they score! Look at that, Harrison. In your crystal ball. As Coleman threw it on the net, Anthony Boyes tips it. And the Voodoos are in flight here with Boyes picking up his 8th of the season. We're tied at 1.
Just going back to the well of what's been working for them. The Voodoos, when they have a game plan and they stick to it, are deadly. We've seen that in games past, in their previous matchups against the Thunderbirds, and even though they lost it in their last matchup against the Hearst Lumberjacks, when they figured out a system that worked, they were deadly.
This is a Voodoos team that can score in bunches. We lost a lot of that, though, through February. But the Voodoos currently winning the last game against the Thunderbirds, and they say one's a streak.
Two's a streak.
Two is a streak, but I'm going to say one for the sake of this one. Voodoos looking to make it 2 in a row. Kirkland Lake just looking to get back in the win column here. As the puck comes out front again, another chance and another stop by Janiki. Now it's down the ice and out of play. It looks like we're going to get our first penalty here for high sticking this time. I missed who it's against, so I believe it's against Powassan. Although no one's going to the box, so
it will be
Sackett.
Sackett getting the call, so Voodoos tie things up quickly, and just like that, get put on the man advantage. Things could not be turning around better with DeBroy for the draw.
DeBroy won it, got it to Russo. Now Saginaw on the near side, try to rim it back to Cowell, and now it does get to Cowell. And he looks for his options, goes to the far side for Rotundo. Back for Cowell. Cowell fanned on that, and now he sends it in deep again. Saginaw around for Russo. Russo back to the point for Rotundo. Near side again for Cowell. Cowell takes a shot. That one's off a leg. Now it's back for Cowell. Goes cross ice. Was looking for the one-time attempt. And the Voodoos still get the puck back. Now Rotundo with another shot. Janiki another save. And Dubroy. Over to the near side for Russo. For Saginaw, rather. Saginaw's pass. Hit a leg and went out of the zone. Now Saginaw plays it to Rotundo. Rotundo for Dubroy. Dubroy cutting to the far side, hits the side of the net. And now the Gold Miners get the puck out, but it's not down the ice as Rotundo was able to glove that down. Now Nolan with the puck. Up for Dawson. Dawson walking in. Gets the puck in deep for Whitelaw. Whitelaw threw it out front. No one was there, but again, the Gold Miners can't get the puck very far down the ice before Kratz takes it to his own zone. Kratz getting around Leaners, up for Dawson. Dawson rims the puck around again. Now it's for Whitelaw. Whitelaw on the far side half wall. Whitelaw looking through his options. Trying to get past his man. He does. Now it's for Nolan. And looking out front, couldn't quite get it. Now Kratz over for his man. That's stopped up on the far side. Nolan looking out front for Dawson. Couldn't quite get it. Now Kratz with a shot. Puck there as it hit off whoever was in front for Powassan. That's Whitelaw. And now the puck all the way down to Voodoos territory. Seibel plays it for Dawson. Dawson to the far side. Now it's Nolan walking in. Couldn't quite get a shot away as Call picks it up. Owen Call going for a skate. Rims the puck back around as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey now. Nolan out front, they shoot. Big save by Janiki. Now another chance out front. Another couple of saves for Janiki as Powassan is making Janiki's first period very labor intensive.
Indeed, 13 shots within the first 11 and change minutes of play. The tie game, and that will bring us to our mid-period break. We'll be back with you right after this.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Courtney Kenny, pleased to be joined by Harrison Clements here as we've got a couple of goals to tell you about. Jordan Fittger got us off started for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners before the Voodoos were able to tie things up from Anthony Boyes with his 8th of the season.
With the only assist on that goal by Boyes being assisted by Dawson Coleman at the 8:29 mark. And the Voodoos just getting off of quite energetic power play, a lot of shots towards the net. Janiki's been forced to stand on his head a couple of times here tonight, just off awkward bounces, post-to-post plays that he's been forced to make because there's just been a lot of shots on his net. It's not often we face 13 shots on goal, and you're not even through the period.
Viscu in for the draw. It's won by Kirkland Lake, though, and the puck goes down the ice. Rolling Seibel out to play it. Seibel does get it down the ice on a bit of a dangerous play there, but the puck is into Kirkland Lake territory. Tingay with it. Tingay on the far side, dumps it down the ice. Sakic missed it, but now a good bounce here as the Gold Miners come in sharp angle. Save made by Seibel, who since allowing the goal hadn't faced a single shot.
Well, that was a dangerous play. McKillop gets caught a step behind, and that forces a mini 2-on-1. Luckily, it's deep enough in the zone where the angle is hard to make the pass, hard to make the shot, and Seibel comes up big with his first shot, as I said, in quite a while.
8:24 left in this first period. We're all knotted at 1 apiece. Russo in for the draw for Powassan, and he's able to win it against his former teammate Matthew Deniz, but the puck is rimmed around by Kirkland Lake and out of play.
I feel like we've been watching a lot in the Kirkland Lake zone. Now that is also due to the power play, but the Voodoos have been clearing very effectively, and with only the fourth shot, not a lot of stoppages in the Powassan territory.
Now Kirkland Lake won the face-off so well that they take it back into their own zone. Brownlee on the far side dumps the puck out, and going for a skate through is Deniz, up for Saucier. Saucier couldn't quite get the puck where he needed it. Now it's Cowell. Cowell in. Cowell takes the shot. Glove save made by Janiki there. As how many times have we seen Caden Cowell with a deadly wrister from just outside of the face-off dots?
Well, it helps when you're able to read the play very well and get that speed. Cowell notices the opening back in his zone, is able to get a couple steps ahead, basically past the red line, knowing that the puck is going to get to him. The shooters getting in good positions leads to goals, and we've seen that a lot from Caden Cowell this year.
Roy won it. Whitelaw tried to feather it through the legs of a gold miner player, but they couldn't quite get it to go for him. Now it's on the far side. Puck is out and along the end wall, or rather through the offensive zone. Now McKillop with it. Knocks it off the glass and is picked off by the gold miners as they walk in. Takes a shot. Seibel with a save, rebound, sitting there. And the Voodoos are able to clear it out of danger and out of play.
A bit of an awkward situation at the blue line. You think you're on your way up the other end of the ice. Turns out the puck's going back into your zone with a 3-on-2, and then the rebound gets just out of reach for Seibel. He's able to stay square to it, but a dangerous situation there. Kirkland Lake increasing the pressure as the period wears on.
7:23 left here in this first period. We're all knotted at 1 still. Kirkland Lake won the draw back, but Angelis couldn't hold the line. Now the puck back into Voodoos territory. Kratz with it. Sends it around. Schneider got to it. Now Dawson tried to pinch it off the boards, but couldn't quite get it through the body. Now Dawson on the half wall again. Stopped up. Picked off again by Boyley. Now to the far side. Threw it towards the net. That one just missed wide. And now the puck into the near side corner again. Coleman with it. Coleman around behind his net, threw the puck up the ice, picked off by Kirkland Lake, but now Coleman picks it back up again. Coleman takes a hard hit, got it up for Nolan, still he loses it, and the puck on the half wall. Now it's picked up by Kratz. Kratz looking for Dawson up the ice, he gets it to him, Dawson sends it right back around, now Kratz has it. Kratz tried to throw it out front, that nearly was tipped on net by a skate, and now it's out through the neutral zone for Kirkland Lake. Picked off by Call, though. Call gets it up for Dawson. Dawson, out of gas, just dumped it back in and goes off for a change. Kirkland Lake with possession in their own zone behind the net. Boys putting some pressure on them, and now the puck is down the ice and all the way into Voodoos territory, but it hit a couple of bodies, so no icing. Now to Callaway. To the far side for Rive. Rive going for a skate, leading the charge. Rive walks in, leaves it, and Viscu got it. And now he gets it in deep. Now Misa out front for Viscu. Couldn't quite get a handle of it, though. And the puck was back into the corner. Now Rive takes the hit at the half wall. And the puck is picked up by Kirkland Lake. Sackett knocked off the puck by Viscu. Viscu plays it up for Misa. Back to Viscu. Viscu along the wall. Tried to get it back from Misa. His pass is out of his reach. And now the puck back the other way for Nobes. Nobes walks in, takes a shot. That knocked the stick out of the hand of Rotundo. And the rebound chance rolled out in front of Seibel as he's going to jump in front of it. And Bresch had to jump over him to avoid the goaltender.
The stick causes a bit of chaos, and no one's able to keep track of the puck. There is the secondary attempt that Seibel is able to stop and make the excellent diving play. It feels like a lot of the saves Seibel's had to make have been huge, and he's only faced 5 shots so far in this game.
Third star of the week, as we've mentioned. You can also catch Austin Seibel along with the captain Jackson Smith on the most recent episode of the Frontline podcast, now on YouTube as well. Austin Seibel, Hollywood superstar. Find out that and more, along with some funny equipment things, on this week's episode. As Saginaw walks in, takes a shot, and Janiki makes the save. There, and that's my shameless self-promotion.
Working on a Hallmark movie is probably the only thing I share with a high-quality athlete at this point. That's probably about it. Athletic skill, absolutely not. Working on a Christmas movie, been there a few times.
Have you worked on a hockey Christmas movie?
I have not had the fortune.
That's next on the bucket list. Kirkland Lake with the puck deep into Voodoo's territory. Seibel bounces off the end wall. Just going to cover that one up. And we'll get a stoppage here with 4:43 left in the first period.
Past few minutes have kind of been a bit of a lull for both teams. Not really any extended zone opportunity. The passes have gotten a little less clean, a little bit more chippy along the boards. Kind of settling down. We've seen the initial burst. Now the teams are starting to figure each other out, get in the flow, and find how to crack each other in a different way.
Kirkland Lake with the draw, dumped the puck in. It's off the end wall and bounced out in front of Seibel, but the Voodoos corral it and got it back to the blue line. Now it's kicked down the ice off Dubroy, and that'll go all the way into Kirkland Lake territory. Whitelaw with McGunthin. It's back to Coleman. Coleman takes a shot from the point. That one's blocked, and now another chance as Whitelaw was spinning is turned away by Janiki. Now Saucier with the puck. Sends it around on the far side. Brownlee gets to it. Brownlee twisting and turning in the corner. Flips the puck up. And now Kirkland Lake down the ice. Saucier with it. Saucier takes it, throws it out front, and the puck is kicked by Seibel out of play, but also the net is knocked off its moorings by Brownlee.
Voodoo's doing a good job at reading the rushes, making sure that they're in step, not caught behind, and keeping up with the oncoming gold miners. It's kind of one of the quirks of the Sportsplex. It's a smaller rink, especially the neutral zone, so when you're attacking, you may still have a defender back at the red line in case the puck pops out.
Bresh wins it. Nobes gets it off the draw. It's blocked by the Voodoos, and now they try to get out of their zone, but a body of a gold miner player hit that and kept it in. Still battling for it. It's Sackett on the near side half wall. Under 4 minutes to go here in this first period. Rive dumps it down the ice, and that one nearly hit the roof, but it didn't. Now Dawson beats out the icing. Still battling for it. Kirkland Lake gets to it in their own zone now. As they dump it around, that's going to go for icing. As DeCalloway's the first one back, as Kirkland Lake just had the puck in their zone briefly, turned around and just rimmed it right out.
Well, we've seen the Voodoos run with that play a couple of times, send Dawson in quick off of a long stretch pass, and it's been turning things around for the Voodoos. They've been able to get a lot of zone time, just establishing that quickly and relying on Dawson in order to keep the puck in while the team catches up.
Now McKillop with a shot. That one was tipped towards the net by Misa. And Kirkland Lake gets to it and dumps it all the way back down the ice again. McKillop's going to get there first, so back-to-back icing calls against the gold miners here.
Shots on both ends have kind of slowed up. It's hard to say that when there's 16 shots on the shot clock for the Voodoos, but the majority of that came right before and very few after their game-tying goal. It's sort of evened out here, especially with the shot category.
Puck one off the draw by Kirkland Lake, dumped down the ice, and it's picked up by Rotundo in his own zone. Rotundo nearly knocked off the puck. He is, but now the Voodoos are going to get to it, and Seibel just covers things up.
There's been a lot of solid play from Powassan tonight, but the one worrying thing really has been the play around the net. A lot of scrambles, a lot of awkward situations where Seibel's had to either jump out or try and read a bouncing puck, or not quite sure what way his defender's going. So tightening up on that may lead to a little less anxiety for those watching.
Shot from the point, tipped on net, and saved by Seibel as he had to make two in quick succession there. And the goaltender stood his ground.
This is probably the most extended zone time we've seen from Kirkland Lake in a while. Keeping up the pressure, getting those quick shots. Definitely reading that those bounces are causing trouble, trying to replicate.
Puck won by the Gold Miners again. Another puck thrown on net, but that one just missed. Now on the far side, it's picked up by Powassan behind the net. Coleman having it. Going for a bit of a skate with it. Coleman lost it. And now Kirkland Lake, they could have had a 2-on-1, but they were slow to get things going. And a good play by Kratz knocks the player off the puck. Now up to the blue line, Whitelaw to Schunborn. Schunborn couldn't quite play it, as he did get it in a little deep, but now it's for Kratz and Whitelaw. Near side, McGunthin on the half wall. He nearly lost it, couldn't quite play it past his man. Now Tingay takes the shot. That one, a little bit of a knuckle puck there off Tingay's stick, and Seibel made the catch.
Squares up, frames the pitch, and is able to get on top of that one. It's almost baseball season. They got you wearing your Blue Jays hat here, and some excellent glove work by Austin Seibel so far in this opening period.
One of the only times you'll see me wear Blue Jays stuff until they figure out what's going on with Vladdy for real. I'm not upset, I swear.
I can tell.
Puck on the far side, Boyle back to the point. And it's flipped back in by the Gold Miners. To Callaway chasing after it. Snyder will get there as well. Hall in for support. And the Voodoos pick it back up. That's Russo with it. Russo to the middle of the ice for Rive. Rive for Saginaw. Saginaw tried to dump it in, hit off the skates of Rive, and didn't go in the zone. Now Kirkland Lake trying to go the other way. Cowell picked it up and got it to Saginaw off his body. Saginaw, sharp angle chance. Shadiki making his first save in a couple of minutes. And the puck now through the neutral zone. A couple of fan passes this period as well as Saginaw gets to it. Saginaw tried to dump it in and get around Brownlee, but Brownlee did a good job keeping with it. Now Rotundo. Near side for McKillop, lost it. Abresh still battling for it on the near side wall. As that's a hard hit, and that will be a penalty against Rotundo coming up. As that'll be a late 57.1 second penalty here taken by Mason Rotundo.
So the Voodoos get the first power play, can't quite convert on it. Now they're put on to the penalty kill. We've seen a lot of good things from the Voodoos PK so far this year, but we haven't seen one yet this game. This late in the period, you just got to focus on not getting scored against, keeping that momentum, making sure that you're going to be able to come into the second period fresh, kill off the rest, and get back to your game.
Voodoos having to kill it off, like you just said, with 57.1 seconds. DuBrois in for the draw against Brownlee. On the far side of Seibel's net. And it's won by the Gold Miners. Angelis lost it. Brownlee picks it up. Brownlee gets it back, and from the corner, the Gold Miners clear the puck for Powassan. And Angelis has to go and pick it back up in his own zone. 40 seconds remain in the period. Angelis leaves it behind on the drop pass. Now going down the ice is Kirkland Lake out front. Takes the shot. That one hit a body. And now it's back to the point for Angelis. Far side again. Angelis walking the line. Leaving it for Brownlee. Takes the shot. Seibel with the save. Second chance is put just wide. 15 seconds on the clock. Voodoos try to clear it. That's Kratz. And the puck stuck there on the ice, but now it's still into the corner. And just trying to kill all the time that they can is Powassan. 5 seconds, the puck comes loose. Kratz is just going to rim it or stick it against the boards. And that'll do it here for the first period of play. The Voodoos will have to kill off 1 minute and 3 seconds on the penalty in the start of the second period. But we're all knotted up at one apiece anyways between the Voodoos and Kirkland Lake. Harrison, before we go to our break, your final thoughts on that opening frame.
An exciting opening frame. The Voodoos are able to bounce back quickly after Kirkland Lake gets on the board early on their third shot of the game. And then after that point, the Voodoos just decide, all right, we're just going to light up their net as much as we possibly can. Shot 17-9. Both teams are doing a lot of little things right. It's just stringing them together, and whoever does that first will most definitely be taking the advantage here.
All right, well, we'll be back with more Voodoos hockey after this first period intermission. He's Harrison, I'm Courtney, and we'll be back with more after this.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency. Welcome to the Clubhouse by Gateway Golf. Located on Oak Street East in North Bay, with over 200 plus real-time courses, simulator arcade games, and delicious eats, the Clubhouse is North Bay's newest social hangout. You can book times now at gatewaygolf.ca or come visit at 245 Oak Street East in North Bay, Ontario. The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalieresiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for period number 2 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Harrison Clements. Cameraman Mike Brown, who's always celebrating his birthday here at the Powassan Sportsplex. And Cassie Millen, who's getting some wonderful vantage shots at ice level here. If you check out the front line on social media, specifically Instagram, check out our stories and you'll see some different views of some things going on in this game. Harrison, an eventful first period that kind of tapered off as we went down, but Powassan has to kill off 1 minute and 3 of a penalty taken in the last minute by Mason Rotundo in the first period.
Indeed, we are tied up here at 1 goal apiece. Shot 17-9 in favor of the home team. Goals by Jordan Figger and Anthony Boys. Quickly around the league while we're looking at it, we have the Paper Kings and the Lumberjacks nearing the end of the first period, still at 0. And we are just waiting on the French River Rapids and the Sioux Eagles score. They are at 0 because the game hasn't quite started yet, and then the only other game that was scheduled but is not taking place due to the withdrawal temporarily from the league is Iroquois Falls was supposed to play Elliott Lake tonight. Elliott Lake unfortunately unable to continue this season, so Iroquois Falls gets the victory on that. The penalties throughout this match, there's only been 2, but 1 is currently in progress. The first one was against Alexander Sackett for high sticking, and the Voodoos were unable to quite convert on that, but a lot of high quality chances. And then the second one was against Mason Rotundo, what was called a trip, and there's 1 minute 3 remaining in that power play for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners.
As we're just about to get going here, the Voodoos in their home whites are going to be going right to left this frame, and the Gold Miners in their road left to right. Don't confuse me, Harrison. and the Gold Miners in their road black and gold are going right to left as Russo gets the puck in deep to Gold Miners territory early, but now Schunborn gets the puck down the ice. Gray, he had his own blue line. Back for Schunborn. Schunborn up the ice for Abresh. Abresh walking in. Left it for Sakic. Now it's back for Gray. Gray in for Schunborn. Schunborn gets it deep. Russo got a hold of it, but now he can't quite get it out of the zone. Gray keeps it in. 20 seconds as a shot on goal saved by Seibel. And now the puck back for Gray. As it comes out, they're going to call that on the hand pass with 17 seconds left on the man advantage for Kirkland Lake.
It's almost advantageous sometimes to come into a period fresh off the hop, fresh off being rested, to kill off the rest of a power play, because oftentimes at the beginning of a period, you got to sort of restart everything. That kills off at least a good 15-20 seconds if you're doing things right, and so far the Voodoos doing a good job of that here so far.
Yeah, I'm never a fan when I'm watching a game as a fan of my team getting a power play in the last minute of a game. I don't like those split power plays. As the Voodoos clear the puck down the ice, and that'll bring us back to 5-on-5 here As the Voodoos successfully kill that off, and now Kirkland Lake gets the puck back in deep to Voodoos territory. DeCallaway plays it around to the near side for Rive. Rive up the ice, was looking to spring McGunthin, but that one just missed him. And now McGunthin, with all of his effort, that will go for icing against Powassan.
The Voodoos have been going for a lot of stretch passes this game. A lot of the time it's been working out in favor of them with a lot of zone time, but the risk of that is, of course, the icing. You're putting in a lot of effort, and you end up with some tired legs if you go for it repeatedly.
Now off the draw, Kirkland Lake takes another shot. Seibel gets the glove on it, and it will stop things down.
Kirkland Lake definitely coming in with a lot more decisiveness on their shots. They're just getting the puck quickly, trying to match the shot count of the Voodoos, trying to get just as many pucks as possible towards the net.
DeCallaway sent it towards the front of the net. Rive had to corral that and be careful with it. Now it's a 2-on-1 quickly for Powassan as it's a sharp angle chance off Janicki with the save as Caden Newbroy got a shot away when he looked like it was all hope was lost on that one. Now Boyley the other way. Boyley with another shot. Seibel, calm, cool, and collected with the glove, makes another save.
Trading a lot of solid opportunities, and Janicki didn't quite see where that puck rebounded to, but the defender's able to scoop that back up, go on the rush the other way, and get another high danger chance for the Gold Miners. Shots now 18-12, closing in quickly.
I guess General Manager of the Voodoos, Chris Dawson, is enjoying the music choices here tonight, as I just caught him doing the sprinkler down in the corner. As the puck rolls all the way down the ice, and that'll go for icing against Powassan here, just under 2 minutes played.
A little bit more start and stop than the beginning of the first period, which was extended rushes back and forth. Kirkland Lake able to get a lot of pressure here early.
Schunborn in for the draw to the near side. And the Voodoos do win it, but it's quickly back into the possession of Kirkland Lake. Now Coleman got it to Kratz. Kratz trying to dump it down the ice. Dawson takes a hit, but the puck comes out. Now Cullison try to get it over for Gray. He does eventually. Now back over to the near side. Brownlee with it. Brownlee gets around Dawson, and they get the puck down the ice. Cullison chasing after it. Coleman got to it, but it hits a player on the Kirkland Lake bench, so we'll get another stoppage here and another face-off.
And I was down the corner. I was like, where did Seibel go? I was hiding behind our dutiful cameraman, Mike Brown. Happy birthday. So we have a draw once again towards the Voodoos side of the ice, this time just outside the blue line.
As Kirkland Lake wins it, now it's to Tingay. Tingay with the puck, dumps it in. Seibel out to play it behind his net. And he plays it around on the far side. It's picked off by the Gold Miners, but the Voodoos quickly get it back. Now down the ice, coming in, Boys. Takes a shot, that one hit a body and went wide. Now the Gold Miners trying to battle for it on the corner. Boys, the goal scorer, still in there. Tries to kick the puck back to the point. And it's still in the far side corner. Misa gets over for Viscu. Viscu trying to get around a few bodies there, but it's picked up by Abresh. Now Abresh dumps it down the ice, and Seibel plays it. That negates the icing. McKillop plays it for Misa. Misa for Rive. Rive gains the red line, dumps it in. Viscu chasing after it, but a good stick there by Tingay knocks that one away. Now Tingay in the corner on the far side. Still battling for it. Got it to Cowell, but Cowell went to go take the hit and didn't get to the puck. Now Fichtner to Abresh. Abresh with the toe drag, and it just rolled away from him. Now down the ice, coming in, Russo. Walking in, Justin Russo takes a shot, rolls it towards the net, and that's going to be waved off as Russo had pushed Janicki into the net. But the Voodoos coming close on that one.
We've seen the Voodoos with a lot of solid opportunity on the breakout so far. They're playing a forward very high past the red line, almost cheating towards the opposing blue line, and able to generate opportunities off of bank passes from the defensive zone up and quickly getting shots onto Janicki.
Russo in for the draw. Onto the near side, gets it back to DeCallaway. DeCallaway goes cross ice, is given away though. And now the other way goes the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. Playing that one back though, Saginaw picks it off. And now Saginaw going for a skate in his own zone. Gets it up for Russo. That one hopped over his stick. And that'll go for icing against Powassan. Right choice, just unfortunate bounce over Russo's stick.
Yeah, and I like that from DeCallaway is you go to make the pass. He's obviously screened on the pass, sees that there was the opportunity, skates hard, gets back, recovers the mistake, and is able to send his team back the other way.
The man they call Decal. As Gray takes a shot, Seibel makes another save here. And the Voodoos get the puck down the ice. Russo chasing after it, but Boyle gets to it first. Now it's picked up by Coleman. Coleman skates it into the offensive zone. Over for Cowell on the far side. Cowell going around the net. Caden Cowell pushes it back for Cullison. Now it's Dubroy on the far side. Bouncing around. Near side. Kirkland Lake trying to pick it up. Cowell slipping and falling. Brownlee gets to it. Now Brownlee gets around his man and goes for a skate. Brownlee with some speed. Knocks the Callaway down. Now Brownlee with it. Gets it back. Good chance here, but it's picked off by Powassan. And now we'll have a breakaway, but it's off to the far side of McGunthin, so he could never really get started. Still down. Now it's Whitelaw. Whitelaw with a sharp angle chance. Janicki with the rebound right in front of the net. Bouncing all around. McGunthin got to it, but he couldn't quite get a shot on net. Now he has to play the puck. McGunthin in the near side corner. He's knocked down to the ice as a couple of Voodoos come in for support. And it's picked up by the Gold Miners. Cullison with the puck. Down the ice, he dumps it, and that's going to go all the way into Voodoos territory, and that'll go for icing against the Gold Miners.
Voodoos with a couple breakaway opportunities, and McGunthin can't quite corral the puck. It's especially bouncy tonight, it seems, but it sets up another couple quick shots towards Janicki, and the more shots on net, the better, especially the way the Voodoos have been playing, forcing those rebounds, forcing those awkward opportunities.
Call in for the draw. It's one back to Kratz. Kratz to the far side. McKillop sends it towards the net. Dawson got a piece of it, and it's tipped into the corner. Now Dawson out front. Got it to Nolan. Nolan on the backhand chance, and that one just went wide. Now McKillop with the puck. Throws it out front, and the Gold Miners pick it off, but they can't quite get it out. Now they do. And Kratz gets to it. Kratz up for McKillop. McKillop walks in. Tried to get a shot away, but it was picked off by Saucier and Brownlee. Now Brownlee. Snyder, rather, sorry. Got the puck down the ice, though. And the Voodoos try to pick it up in the neutral zone. Now they do, as Nolan has it. Nolan walking in. Takes a sharp angle chance. Janicki with another save there. As the puck bounces back to Kratz at the blue line. He tried to kick at it, but now it's down the ice into the neutral zone for Sakic. And thankfully, Kratz, for the Voodoos, was able to re-pick it up. Kratz again, behind the net. Got it to Rive on the far side. Puck down the ice again by Powassan, but it's picked up by Tingay. Tingay with the puck. Goes around behind his net. Looking for his options. Plays it around to Schunborn. Schunborn down the ice. Rive picks it up. Now Viscu tried to get a hold of it, but now it's right back down into Voodoos territory for Boyce. He's knocked down. Schunborn playing the puck. Got it in deep. Now it's out front, but it's picked off by Powassan as it hit a skate. And Boyce gains the red line and dumps it in. Tingay around to the near side for Sakic. Sakic in the neutral zone, plays it to the far side. Walking in, another chance. That one just whistled wide. Tingay lost it. Now Viscu going the other way. Viscu with some speed takes the shot. Janicki with a great save off his shoulder on that. Viscu showing great speed in this game. Now a rush into the Voodoos territory. Tried to put the puck out front, and that one was read perfectly by Seibel. Now another chance going the other way, but Viscu's going to be not going to get to that one. A rush with it. Got it to Callaway. Callaway dumps it down. Now it's picked off by Misa, who was going to the bench for a change. Got it to Russo to make the play before peeling off. Saginaw in battling with it, gets to it. Saginaw to the near side for Callaway with a shot. And the one-time attempt is blocked aside by Janicki. Now Cowell at the top of the slot takes a shot. Saginaw gets to the rebound off the end wall. Now another chance. Janicki covers it up. And we'll get a stoppage here at 12:09 left in the second period.
And DeCallaway doesn't fully telegraph that he's going to take that shot. He calls for it, sort of sets up like he's going to walk in the zone, and that awkward little just sort of knuckle puck gets just the tip of the pad of Janicki and almost puts the Voodoos back in the lead.
Face off to the far side. Russo gets to it after it was won by Kirkland Lake. But the Gold Miners still battling with it in their own zone in the corner. Saginaw and Russo in there. It's going to come away to the Gold Miners, though. And away they go. Down the ice, though, picked up by Rive. Rive dumps it down the ice. Saginaw got to it. Now it's Russo. As the puck bounced around a little bit. Now down the ice again. Another chance. But it was off to Miz. And now the Voodoos can't corral it. It's in their own zone. McKillop, who gave it away, made a good block there to block the pass out front. And now coming around, Cowell tries to get to it. Cowell at the end of a long shift here. Gets the puck down the ice. Couldn't quite get it all the way, though. As now Russo throws a hit. Saginaw walking in. Saginaw overskates it. Deniz gets to it. Deniz to Cullison. Takes a shot. Seibel thought about playing it. Thought against it. And he's going to cover it up.
Cullis has got to be happy with the shift there. Excellent job on the back check. Stands up. A Voodoo at the blue line is able to go back the other way, force the offensive draw. Just an all-around solid, meat and potatoes type shift for Cullison.
Schunborn for the draw for the Gold Miners. Wins it back into the neutral zone. Cullison plays it back up for Schunborn. Schunborn dumps it in, and Coleman will have to chase after it. Coleman for McGunthin. McGunthin can't get it out of the zone. Now it's off the glass and down the ice. Whitelaw had to wait for Dubroy to get back on side, but doesn't matter as it's picked back up by the Gold Miners and down the other way. Now Leaners knocked off the puck. Schunborn gets to it. Another chance, another shot. Seibel kicks it into the corner. Out front they score! Leaners on a quick pass into the slot. And that one just beat the outstretched pass of Seibel as Leaners is going to get his 7th of the season.
And that's Leaners just getting into a good position in front of the net, uncontested. The puck sort of pinballs around in a weird way, but being in the right position leads to good things, and it certainly does for Leaners and the Gold Miners as they go ahead 2-1.
Aaron Leaners, again, his 7th of the season. Just a nice pass out front. Seibel had made the first save. And then a quick pass out front. And Seibel almost made that one as well.
Just almost got there.
Now Rive with the puck. Off the draw. Rive. Far side for DeCallaway. DeCallaway up the ice. Tried to get it to Nolan. It's just out of his reach. Now Call gets it in his own zone. Call for Dawson. Dawson trying to get around his man. Is picked up by the Gold Miners, though. And back for DeCallaway. DeCallaway plays it to the near side. Nolan's going to get to it first. Nolan tried to get it to Call. Now Call tried to feather it back to Nolan. Now Brush going the other way. Brush gets around his man. Takes a shot. Seibel. Another big save there by the goaltender, as that would have been 2 quick ones for Kirkland Lake had that got by the goaltender. But we've now reached our mid-period break, so you've heard Harrison and I ramble on a little bit. Now listen to Matt Sukram for a couple of seconds.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for the remainder of period number 2 here between the Powassan Voodoos and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. If you're just joining us, the Gold Miners just scored to make it 2-1. Otherwise, that was a few moments there that were all Powassan, Harrison.
Yeah, Powassan had a lot of excellent opportunity, but it's just the small things that the Gold Miners have been doing well. They've been getting in behind the net, making things difficult around the net for Seibel, for the defenders, and that's Aaron Leaners just getting into a good position on the far side and receiving a pass again from Jeremy Schoenborn, who has 2 points on the night in his return to Powassan.
Second game here in the Sportsplex since he was acquired by Kirkland Lake. And he certainly looks like he's not out of place, that's for sure. Also, Matthew Deniz, another former Voodoo player. As the Voodoos win the draw and get the puck down the ice. Chasing after that was Viscu, who's shown some great speed here tonight. But now it's back into the neutral zone for McKillop. McKillop up the ice. Gets it again to Viscu. Viscu gets in and around his man. Walking in, tried to get it out front to his forehand, but he just played it too far back. Now the puck out for Boyley. Boyley flips the puck back in. And chasing after it with Kratz. Picked up again by the Gold Miners. That's Brownlee. And the puck comes out front, but they couldn't quite get a shot away. Now another chance, and that is a shot for the Gold Miners. Seibel makes another save, covering it up.
He may not be appearing on the scoreboard much, but there is a lot that Daniel Viscu brings to the table. He's an excellent two-way player, whether he's on the forecheck, whether he's on the back check, and he's sneaky fast. You don't expect the quick burst that he's able to come out with, but like we just saw in that last play, he's able to cut through the entire zone and get to the front of the net. It doesn't work out this time, but we certainly have seen it in the past.
Puck off the draw to Callaway with it. Up the ice, was looking for a bank off to Saginaw. But that one just missed him. Now Rive for Russo. Rive to Russo, now to Cowell. Cowell chasing after it. He gets it on the far side half wall. Goes around his man. Cowell. Left it for Russo. It's back to the point. Another shot, that time from Rive. And that one's gloved down by Janicki. And we'll get a stoppage here.
Shots now 25-18 in favor of the home team. Score 2-1 with 8:47 left in the period, and Janicki has certainly been put to the test so far, being lit up from multiple angles, but his glove hand has been outstanding, and his positioning has put him in a good position for the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners.
To Callaway, off the draw, rims around for Russo. Russo behind the net. He's knocked down. Saginaw still there. Saginaw looking for Cowell. Got it to him. Cowell back to the blue line. Another shot. This time from DeCallaway. And Janicki with another save, as he's been very impressive here tonight.
A lot more start-stop here in the second period. One, maybe two shots in between whistles. It was a lot more free-flowing in the first period, but both teams locking things down a little bit tighter here in the second.
Face-off coming to the far side of Janicki. As Dubroy, he won it, but the Gold Miners get the first initial possession. And they get it down the ice. Now McGunthin threw it cross ice. Whitelaw tipped it in. And it's picked up on the far side by Kirkland Lake. Now Tingay down the ice. That one's going to hit off the boards on the far side, and Coleman's going to play it in his own zone. Coleman with the puck. Looking for a play to develop. Now he gets it down the ice. McKillop forward, or sends it forward. Now back into the Voodoos territory. Coleman chasing after it. Gets it to McKillop. McKillop, not much room there as he plays it to Whitelaw. Whitelaw flips it down the ice. He finds McGunthin his stride. McGunthin comes in, takes the shot. That one went wide. Rebound out front. And it bounced over everyone's stick, or else Dubroy or Whitelaw were both there. And then somehow both of them managed to avoid bowling over Janicki. Now McGunthin knocked off the puck. Brownlee picks it up. Whitelaw gets to it in front of Janicki. Janicki makes the save on a close chance by Whitelaw. And we'll get a stoppage here.
And what a wild sequence. You get the initial fight for the break. The puck bounces off of the glass. Two Voodoos careen in after it. It misses everyone. A scramble in front of the net, and somehow Janicki's able to just stay square and stay on top of the bouncing puck. Another solid opportunity from the Voodoos, just turned away by a bounce and some solid positioning by the Gold Miners netminer.
Harrison, you lived through some, Vinsanity times and some Kawhi Leonard times with the Raptors. Would that be off the glass considered a hockey version of an alley-oop?
Absolutely. I would absolutely consider that the hockey version of an alley-oop, or any sort of kind of kick plate play where you're bouncing it off from behind the net. I would absolutely consider that an alley-oop.
Well, that would have been something if that had gone the Voodoos' way.
It's very rare that you see the puck just drop directly in front of the net, especially off a bounce. It's very hard to get that. So the fact that that opportunity happened in the way it did could have been dangerous for Kirkland Lake.
Kirkland Lake back on the attack, though. Puck is out front. Callaway got a stick on it and knocked it away. Now the puck goes around the end wall. Still battling for it. Call got to it. Call tried to dump it back, or tried to get it out. Couldn't quite. And Kirkland Lake still has the puck in Voodoos territory. Still battling for it. It comes around to the near side to Callaway in a chase. Schunborn kept it in. Now Saucier takes it out himself, and he's just going to dump that one cross ice and go off for a change. Now to Callaway. To the near side. Up the ice. It's picked up by Dawson. Dawson threw it cross ice. Call. Couldn't quite get there as the puck was picked off by Kirkland Lake. But now Dawson has it on the far side. He's knocked off the puck. Gray with it. Gray. For Leaners. Leaners to Schunborn. Schunborn dumps that in. It's blocked aside by Seibel. Now the puck in the Voodoos end. And Kirkland Lake tried to come out with it. Picked up, though, by Rive. Up for Boys. Boys leaves it there. And now Viscu gets around his man. Viscu with Fitger. Viscu tried to get it out front for Misa, and the puck just missed him. Now down the ice. It won't have the legs for icing as McKillop picks it up. McKillop up looking for for Boys. He's going to get a piece of it and dump it in. Collison plays it to the far side. Viscu back to the point. McKillop to the near side for Rive. Rive takes the shot. Janicki with the save on a hard shot from Sam Rive.
And again, we see that burst of speed and physicality from Daniel Viscu, just cutting into the zone, able to hold off the defender, hold him off, give his team time to set up behind him. That seemed to work a little bit better with the Voodoos actually carrying the puck into the zone compared to what was working in the first, where they were able to go for the stretch passes, dump it in, and rely on that 1-4 checker to establish time. The Voodoos bench switching things up a little bit here, and it's starting to work out towards the tail end of the second.
Russo looking for the draw. He wins it back to Coleman. Now it's back to Cowell off the draw, and stopped by Janicki there. As Caden Cowell from the point looking dangerous.
And for those of you keeping track at home, that is the 29th shot on goal for the Voodoos. Janicki has turned away 28 of them so far, and there's still 5:18 remaining in the second. Keep it cool, keeping composed, and keeping that glove hand especially ready.
Off the draw. It's picked up by the goal miners to the near side. To Callaway, keeps it in. Gets it to Cowell. Cowell dumps it in. That's away from Saginaw, though. And now the coal miners on the far side. Boyley trying to get it out. Coleman still battling for it at the point. And it finally does make its way out to the neutral zone. Picked up by DeCallaway. DeCallaway banks the puck. It's going to go right past Janicki's net, and that'll go for icing against Powassan as Gray's the first one back. So we'll get a stoppage here with 4:54 left.
A lot of icings as the second period has been wearing on. Just teams trying to get established, trying not to do anything too risky, and unfortunately the risk of the icing is you end up back in your own zone when you try to make a play.
Voodoos off the draw. Saginaw wills it forward, and he gets it out. Now Cowell picks it up. Caden Cowell stops up, goes cross ice, gets it to Russo. Russo tried to play it back to the point, and now it's past Coleman and down the ice. To Callaway in his own zone. Tries to flip the puck out. It's picked up by Russo, but he lost it. And now Coleman's still trying to get it out. Russo, bouncing puck. Got a hold of it. Now he goes far side to Cowell. Cowell dumps it in, and they'll go for a quick change. Kirkland Lake with the puck. Down the ice, got it off Sakic, and is tipped down to Voodoos territory. Seibel plays it to the far side for McKillop. McKillop round behind the net for Coleman. And now Whitelaw battling for it as well. Bresch with it. Looking for his options, goes back to the blue line. A good stick there by Whitelaw, knocks the puck out of the zone, but it's put back in. Now McKillop to Whitelaw. Whitelaw goes for a skate in his own zone. Going down the ice, gains the red line. Now the blue line, still has possession. Plays it off the side of the net. DuBroy in there as well, McGunthin as well. And now another shot from the point. Whitelaw with a chance in tight off the rebound. And that one's stopped by Janicki, although it squeaked through. Back behind the net now, the Gold Miners with it. Play it around on the far side, back to the near side for Tingay. Tingay up for Brownlee. Brownlee going for a skate through the neutral zone. Gets it to the far side. That puck whistled wide of Seibel's net. Now McKillop in his own zone. Goes around on the far side. Now it's McGunthin in a foot race. McGunthin goes back to the bench though, after seeing he wasn't going to win that race. And now Hall has it in deep into Voodoo's territory. Hall. Lost it. Now Brownlee gets it out front, and that'll be a penalty here against Kirkland Lake. As Whitelaw is down on the ice, he's slow to get up. As his bubble has actually come off of his helmet. He takes his helmet completely off now. Eric Whitelaw, slow to get up. Looking for some help maybe. Kirkland Lake, though, Hall is going to go into the box with 2:50 left on the clock.
Another late period penalty, this time coming against the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. Still enough time left in the period, and both teams so far 1 for 1 on their chance at the man advantage, and couldn't have come at a more opportune time for the Voodoos, as they would be more than happy to end this period tied up.
Off the draw to Callaway with it. Callaway puts it in deep. DuBroy has it. DuBroy in deep for Russo. Russo in the corner. Russo twisting and turning, knocks his man to the ice. Still battling for it. DeCallaway comes in for support. DeCallaway back to the blue line. It's picked up by Saginaw. Shot saved by Janicki. Now DeCallaway. For Russo. Back for Cowell. Far side, Saginaw, nice one-touch pass for DeCallaway, but they never quite made it there. Excuse me, as now Saginaw gets it up for Russo. Russo hacking at it, couldn't quite get to it. Now Kratz had to wait to play it for DeCallaway to get off. Now Cowell tried to leave it for Kratz. Mixed signals on that one, though. And now down the ice for DuBroy. McGunthin to the near side for Kratz. Kratz looking for a lane, gets it in deep. Now it's thrown out front by Saginaw, but never quite made it to his target. Now McGunthin with it. To the near side, Kratz. Kratz with the shot. That one hit off a body and goes into the corner. Now Kratz on the half wall. Back for McGunthin. McGunthin took the shot, or tried to take a shot, and he fanned on it, but he still has the puck. McGunthin with another shot. That one's blocked by Schunborn. Now Cowell walks to the blue line. Cowell going for a skate. Less than a minute left on the man advantage. Back for Nolan to Cowell. Cowell tried to get a quick shot away, but that one's blocked by Kirkland Lake. Schunborn to McGunthin. Up to the near side for Kratz. Kratz looking for some options, throws it towards the net, and that's off the end wall. Now back to Kratz at the point. Just a minute left in the second period, 2-1 Kirkland Lake. Nolan looks to throw it out front. That one's picked off by Kirkland Lake, and down the ice for Kratz. Kratz gets to it. And now he's looking for some options. Gets it up quickly for Nolan. We're back to 5-on-5. Nolan threw it out front. No one was there. Now McGunthin gets to it. Back to the point. Rive tried to one-time it. Didn't quite get all of that. Now Nolan on the near side. Nolan with the shot. And that one is whistled wide of the net and down the ice. Rive chasing after it. Seibel out to play it. 30 seconds on the clock here in the second period. Rive with some speed out of his zone. Runs into trouble, though, in the neutral zone. Now it's Snyder with it. Snyder to the far side. Couldn't quite get it to his man. Now it rolls across for Boyley. Back to the point. Brownlee takes a shot. That one's blocked. Now Brownlee walking in, takes another chance. That one goes high. 5 seconds left here. Something quick for Powassan, perhaps. Another chance from out top. And that's going to be picked off by Janicki and covered up with 1.9 seconds left. We'll get a whistle.
The Voodoos start off that power play really well. I really liked what I saw from Lucas DeCallaway. He establishes up front, is able to get the cycle going, goes down low, takes a couple of passes, able to set up plays from net side. Nothing quite makes it through just the massive traffic that Kirkland Lake put in front of the net. They sort of do the soccer strategy where they line up in front of the free kick and nothing was able to make its way towards Janiki, and that will be enough to end the period.
All right, Harrison. Thank you for taking us right to the end pretty much there. What's your final thoughts on that second period before we go?
Kirkland Lake bounced back. They got established. They started finding a plan that worked for them. And once again, as kind of has been the story of this game, is Janiki has looked fantastic. His puck tracking ability has been second to none on the ice so far. Whether it's been an awkward bounce, whether it's been a rebound, whether it's been through his teammates on the power play, Janiki has been on point, and that's really the key to the game right now.
Well, we'll have to see if Janiki can keep it going through the final 20 minutes of play here. He's Harrison, I'm Courtney, and we'll be back with more on the other side of this intermission.
Canadian Tire North Bay. Whether you're in need of a hockey gear upgrade or some cooking kitchenware to help get you fueled up for the big game. Maybe it's a set of new snow tires or a tune-up to help you get there safely. Stop by the newly renovated Canadian Tire North Bay. Open 7 days a week and located conveniently at 890 McEwen Avenue. They have everything you need for this season. The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
Why is Northern Honda servicing more cars of all makes and models? Let's count the ways. 1. Our state-of-the-art facility has award-winning technicians. 2. Northern Honda has the lowest tire price guarantee, no matter what you drive. 3. The lowest synthetic oil change guarantee, and every 5th oil change is free for all makes and models. Plus, new Honda buyers get brake pads for life. See the service difference at Northern Honda, 1250 Seymour beside Home Depot.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie-resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex for period number 3 between the Powassan Voodoos and the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners. I'm Courtney Kenny, he is Harrison Clements, and the Voodoos find themselves down 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. But that's why they play like 60 minutes, Harrison.
Exactly, and the Voodoos will be thankful for it, as in 40 minutes they've got a lot of shots off, 33 to be exact, but only one finding the back of the Gold Miners' net. Meanwhile, the Voodoos did find the game-tying goal early in the first period, leaving us at this 2-1 scoreline. There is a couple other games going on in the Noge tonight. Aside from this one, we have the Sioux Eagles up 2-0 in the dying seconds of the very first period. Espanola leads the Hearst Lumberjacks 3-2 in the middle of the second. And we are entering the third period here tonight at the Sportsplex. If you have to pick a player of the game so far, I gotta give it to Mason Janicki, because he's just been outstanding. Just facing a flurry of shots, odd man rushes, breakaways, you name it, he's stopped it in this game. The Voodoos have been playing very well. Hard forechecking game, getting lots of opportunities, but so far the goaltending's been the deciding factor tonight.
Well, anytime that you've stopped 32 of 33 shots, you're having a good game.
Especially in 2 periods.
And we're back underway here in the third period. The Kirkland Lake Gold Miners in their road black and golds are going left to right, and the Voodoos in their home whites are going right to left. We've made it through it, Harrison.
Yay!
It should be smooth sailing from here, one would hope. As Russo with the puck, they lost it off his stick though, and the Gold Miners dump the puck back down the ice. Now Kratz has it, plays it over for McKillop in his own zone. McKillop goes behind the net, up for Kratz. Kratz gets it to the blue line before he takes a hit at his own bench, and now a couple of hits are thrown as Saginaw is knocked to the ice hard. Kirkland Lake walking back in, and there's a hard hit right in front of their net, but the puck looking for the Michigan. And that one just rolled off the stick of Aaron Leaners. What a highlight that would have been, but we get a stoppage of play instead as the net was just knocked off.
Well, you're going to have to catch a guy like Austin Seibel off guard pretty harshly in order to get something past him like that. But no Michigan today and no goal as we remain at 2-1, just over 40 seconds into this final frame.
Face off to the near side of Seibel's net. Now it's to McGunthin. McGunthin looking to go cross ice. It didn't reach anybody though as Rive gets to it. And now Dubroy tries to knock it out of the zone. Now McGunthin with the puck again. McGunthin puts it behind his net and he picks it back up. Lost it though. As on the far side, the Gold Miners have it. Good stick there by Dubroy. Negated that pass. Now to Callaway in his own zone. Back for Rive. Up for Whitelaw. Voodoos having all sorts of trouble getting out of their own zone so far here in the last minute or so. Now another sharp angle chance is just thrown wide of the net. Out front, good chance there for a Bresch, but he fanned on that shot as he had a one-time attempt in the face-off dot. Now Whitelaw with it. Gains the red line, dumps it in. McGunthin chasing after it. McGunthin leaves it for Dubois. Sharp angle chance, and that puck hits a stick and goes over the net. Now Whitelaw on the far side. And it's played around behind the net. Kirkland Lake will pick it back up. Both teams going for a change. As Call was in there looking for some pressure. And the puck quickly out of the gold miners zone. Falling on the ice, though, that was Snyder, but he still played the puck in deep. Now McKillop gets to it. Dawson throws it to the far side. No one was there. Gray gets to it, and it's dumped back in towards the Voodoo zone before Call picks it up. Now Dawson picking it back up to Call. Call walks in, takes a shot. Janicki making the stop on that one as Owen Call walked into the slot and got a shot away. Now another one just tipped wide of the net. Dawson in there deep. Puck back to the blue line. McKillop playing it back out front again. Another chance. And that's whistled wide by Nolan as he was there for the rebound and just put it wide. Now another chance. Sharp angle by Dawson. And that's going to go all the way back down the ice. McKillop will have to chase after it. McKillop quickly back up looking for Coleman. That one's just out of his reach. And it's back for McKillop. Voodoo's coming achingly close to a tying goal there. Coleman plays it to the near side. McKillop gets to it, dumps it down the ice. Cullison will pick it up at his own blue line. Cullison lost it. Now Misa has it. Misa looking to go out front for Viscu, but a good stick there stops that by Tingay. Now knocked back in. Tingay will pick it back up. Cullison with the puck goes down the ice to Callaway, chasing after it. Off his skate and back behind his own net. Now to Callaway. Picks it back up, and he's going to go for a skate. To Callaway, out front for Viscu. Viscu gets the puck in deep. Daniel Viscu back to the blue line for Kratz. Kratz takes a shot, tipped on net, and that one just went wide by Misa. Now back over to the front, up for Kratz. He takes a shot, and that one hit a body and went over the net. Now to Callaway with a tip by Viscu. That one hit another body and blocked by the gold miners. Viscu sends it back in deep. Picked up by Viscu, rather. That was Boys who sent it back in. Now Boys and Brownlee, two former teammates, battling for it on the far side as the puck is stuck up against the boards in the corner. Referee looking like he's going to blow it, telling them to play it. And they're able to play it out front, looking for DeCallaway on the pass out front. It almost got to him, but it's picked off by the goal miners. Now Kratz walking in. Marcus Kratz walks around his man. Now he has to turn around, looked for Viscu out front, and then try to get all the way through to Cowell, but it hit a body. Now Cowell on the far side. Plays it back to the blue line for Rive. Rive knocks it back in for Cowell. It's behind the net with Cullison picking it up. Cullison up for Stossier. Now it's back out down the ice. Rive playing it quickly back for Coleman. Now we've lost the score clock here at the Sportsplex as the puck goes back in. Russo comes away with it. Russo out front. Another chance. They score! Caden Cowell ties things up here. It's a 2-2 hockey game as Cowell gets his 21st of the season.
And that's just excellent work from the Powassan Voodoos. They smell blood in the water. They get shot after shot after shot towards the net. Past Janicki, and finally with an absolute snipe from Caden Cowell, we have ourselves a tie game.
Now the clock back off again, as I'm sure that they're going to take a few minutes to make sure they have the right time. As over on the far side, Jeremy Love's been doing this a very long time. Fellow Bills fan, so he's not a bad guy, you know that.
Absolutely.
But he's usually pretty good on it, so I've never actually seen something like this happen with Jeremy involved for sure. Just wondering what's going on. Scorekeeper extraordinaire here in Powassan, that's for sure. It's a 2-2 hockey game. They did have 15-15 on the board. It came back up, and now the score does change to 2-2. Just make sure they have the right time, and they say that is indeed the right time. And we're back underway as Rive gets the puck off the draw. Caden Cowell, his 21st of the season, retakes the goal lead here for the Voodoos. As now Shunborn with the puck. Gets it back down the ice. It's Rive. Rive, near side for Coleman. Coleman Got it to McGunthin, and he got it out. Now it's dumped back in by Tingay. And Coleman goes and plays the puck. Coleman letting things settle down a bit here in his own zone before he creeps ahead. Now he dumps the puck down the ice. Whitelaw sends it right back in, and that'll be offside. Another chance flipped down the ice. Leonards will have to chase after it. Puck on the near side. Comes out, Dubroy backhands it down the ice. Now going for a skate, that's Whitelaw. Whitelaw tries to step in. Puck is back to McKillop at the blue line though, and it's dumped back in deep. Now McKillop still battling for it. It's picked off and down the ice. And now we're going to get a penalty here against Powassan as Leaner's stick was knocked out of his hand.
And neither team so far has been successful up the man advantage. We've seen a lot of high danger opportunities and especially a lot of shots thrown towards the net from Powassan towards Janicki. But this may be the opportunity that the Gold Miners have been looking for in order to put themselves back in the lead.
Off the draw, shorthanded to Callaway, sends the puck down the ice. Russo chasing after it. Voodoos nearly had a 2-on-1 to start that, but Russo couldn't get it past his man. Now it's picked back up by the Gold Miners in their own zone. Minute 40 on the man advantage here. Kirkland Lake from their own zone. Slowly out, that's Bruce Gray with the puck. Turning around, sending it for Schunborn. On the far side now, Sackett gets it in deep. Schunborn has it in the corner out front. That one just whistled wide. Now Cowell gets to it. Plays it out front for Russo. Russo flips it in and off the netting and out of play. So Caden Cowell, he had a breakout hat trick last Sunday against the Thunderbirds. He now has 5 goals in his last 4 games. Make that 6 in his last 5 after this one. He's dealt with a pair of injuries and sickness since December that has kept him out of the Voodoos lineup for 14 games this year. Harrison, how much different do you think this season would have been for A, Caden Cowell, and B, the Powassan Voodoos had he played the full slate of games?
I think we would be talking about them already clinching a playoff spot because at the pace that he has been going, especially as of late, it's been just a matter of games that have been decided by a goal or two. When you have Cal in the lineup, you can certainly count on a couple more.
Puck was thrown down the ice by a Voodoos defender, so they're going to be penalized here as the hand goes up on referee Evan McCory's arm. And a shot there onto Seibel is stopped. So now the Gold Miners are going to have a 5-on-3 here for 49 seconds as that's Marcus Kratz that's going to go.
First 5-on-3 of the game. Briefly, well, for at least 49 seconds or less, we're going to have 5-on-3 here. The Voodoos have done a good job defending, but it's a whole different ball game being down 2 players compared to the 1. Especially with the amount of shots that have been going towards Seibel's net.
Puck is won by Russo, and Dawson Coleman sends the puck all the way down. Now we only have 40 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Kirkland Lake. This could very well be a turning point in this game. Gets it to Sakic. Sakic takes the shot. Coleman makes this block. Now the puck back to the blue line for Gray. In deep now, again, back for Gray at the point. Playing pitch and catch with Leaners here. Gray, sorry, that's a Bresh. Another chance, and that one's whistled wide of Seibel's net. Puck back to the blue line again, Gray. In deep for Sakic. Sakic to a Bresh. 5 seconds on the 5-on-3. Sharp angle chance, that one is whistled wide, and the puck, it does come out, and Russo gets to it and sends it right back down the ice. And the Voodoos pick up another attacker with 1:05 left. Cowell nearly stealing the puck from Janicki off the bench. And a minute left on the man advantage now for Kirkland Lake. Kirkland Lake, Angelis with the puck. Out from behind his own net. Plays it to his man. Now that's Fichtner. Fichtner, who got the scoring started this evening. Nearly lost the puck, and now he does. The puck is pinned against the boards by McKillop. 35 seconds left on the man advantage. Still battling for it. Puck comes back to the point. Angelis takes a shot. That's blocked by Dubroy. Now back to the point again. Angelis with it. Angelis Far side. Puck in on Seibel. The goaltender makes a save. Now he's down on the ice. Puck is still there in the slot, and it finally comes out. And the Voodoos are escape a chance there. Now 10 seconds on the man advantage. Puck thrown out front. That was a perfectly set up play, but Fittger couldn't quite get his handle on it. Now Dubroy in alone. Caden Dubroy walks in, takes a shot, saved by Janicki. What a chance there by Caden Dubroy. Another chance out front. And Janicki makes another save. End-to-end action here. Just opened up. Coleman back for McKillop. Out for Boyce. Now back to the near side. Cowell deemed offside, so he couldn't chase after it. Cullison has it. And he dumps it back down the ice. Rive still battling for possession. It's picked up by Cullison. Now flipped down by Misa. Cullison chasing after it. And that's going to go for icing against Powassan. And we'll get a stoppage here with 10:15 on the clock.
If you're Powassan, you can breathe a sigh of relief, and just killing off that 5-on-3 in spectacular fashion, able to scramble on top of the pucks. And Kirkland Lake maybe taking a few too many passes in order to try and get that opportune one towards the net of Seibel, killing off time, letting the Voodoos get that extra attacker back, extra defender back on the ice, but it doesn't quite turn in their favor as we have a player down on the ice in the corner.
I think that's Fittger down on the ice, and he looks to be in a lot of pain. That's not a good sign at all. Coleman had collided with him. As now we'll have to see if Fittger's able to continue, but he's in a lot of pain down in the fetal position on the ice. I missed that play, Harrison. I missed what happened.
I missed it. It looked like there was just an incidental collision. I didn't catch all of it, but we'll have to see what the referees deem here. Priority here is making sure that Ficker's okay.
No, that's Hall, sorry.
It's Hall.
Josh Hall on the ice. He's up. Not under his own power, though, as both training staff members of the Gold Miners are helping him out. Or sorry, that's Trevor Wing, the Voodoos trainer that was out there now. Tingay out to help as well. 10:06 on the clock, 2-2 hockey game. And it looks like Hall's going to go all the way to the dressing room. As his teammate's going to help him off, and he's definitely favoring the one leg for sure.
Does look like we will remain at 5-on-5, of course, the priority being the health and safety of the player. But the rest of this match looks like it will be played up at 5-on-5 with 10:06 remaining in the final frame, tied up at 2.
Draw, won by Powassan, but Kirkland Lake gets it in. Now another chance, and that one's tipped in the side of the net, somehow beating Seibel. I don't know how that puck beat the goaltender, but that's a big one here for the Gold Miners. Oh my goodness, here is Nicholas Saucier getting his first of the season.
And what a range of emotions there. You think that you're going to be down a key part of your team, and indeed you are, but you bounce right back, and a quick tip in front of the net, just an unattended attacker, and just like that, Kirkland Lake is back on top of the score sheet.
Saucier on top of the world too. Now the puck back down the ice for Cowell as the Voodoos look for a quick counter. Caden Cowell, who scored the tying goal, lost it, and now the Gold Miners going the other way. Brownlee walks in, takes a shot. Seibel makes a save as McKillop takes his man hard into the boards. And now a couple of sticks on the ice as well. That should bring us to our mid-period break, though, and it does. So, we'll be back with more on the other side of this as Kirkland Lake now leads 3-2.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Average Joe's Eatery. Average Joe's, where we want your experience here to be a happy one. 3501 Trout Lake Road.
And we welcome you back inside the Powassan Sportsplex. I'm Courtney Kenny. He's Harrison Clements. And a quick turn of events here after the Voodoos tied things up at 2 earlier this period. They're now down 3-2 as the puck somehow squeaked past Seibel on his blocker's side. and Nicholas Saucier getting his first of the season. And keep in mind, Harrison, this is a game that Powassan has yet to lead in.
Yes, they've had to come from behind at every opportunity. They went down 1-0 early, very early in the first period, but 8 minutes in, were able to tie things up. Then after that, in the second, the only goal being by Leaners, and then 4:58 into the third here, Caden Cowell was able to tie things up at 2, but Saucier, assisted by Denise and Brownlee, able to take the lead back once more. Still lots of hockey left to play, but just a swing of emotions tonight here in the Sportsplex.
Matthew Denise, as the shot comes in, Eibel makes a save. Another former Voodoo getting in on the score sheet. Now Russo gets the puck down the ice, and Cowell is piping mad as that icing call goes against Powassan. The Kirkland Lake bench erupts like they just won the cup after that icing call as well. Cowell not happy with that at all, as he thought he had beaten out the call. The linesman had other plans. As we're back underway in the offensive zone, or in the defensive zone for Powassan, McKillop cleared it out. Fittger gets it back in quickly. Now Cowell knocks his man down, and he's going to take a penalty for that. Caden Cowell is going to get an interference call for knocking Fittger to the ice.
And it goes from bad to worse to, well, it's a worse word than worse for the Voodoos here in the third. It's just a string of misfortunes going there, going against them, as Kirkland Lake up a goal. Now they'll find themselves up a man for another 2 minutes in the final few of the game.
And keep in mind, Caden Cowell is one of the most important shorthanded players on this team. And makes their shorthanded opportunities very dangerous. As quick chance by the Voodoos off the draw. That's Dawson who just dumps the puck down. Gray with the puck in his own zone. Plays it to the near side. Gray again with the puck. Leaves it for his man. Flipped in by the Gold Miners off the kick plate, taking a strange bounce. Seen that a couple of times this game now. Strange bounces in the zone in particular. Now Gray has the puck at the blue line. Dumps it back in. Sackett plays it to the far side, or plays it into the corner. Now Dawson picks it up. Dawson sends it down the ice to Broy. Just a little bit late trying to tap the puck forward. Now to Callaway, gets to it. Throws his stick in the process as he tried to chip the puck down, but Dawson got a hold of it and sends it down the ice. Now Gray from his own zone. A minute left on the man advantage. Plays it back. Good effort there by Russo to try and tip the puck away. And Viscu gets to it. Playing it down, now picked up by Kratz. Kratz going the other way. Kratz walks in shorthanded. Tried to feed it forward for Viscu to the middle of the ice. And now Viscu gets it on the far side corner. Viscu hasn't shown up on the score sheet, but he's looked very good all night long. And now Leaners gets to it. Down into Voodoo's territory with 30 seconds on the clock here for the man advantage. Puck around behind the net. Angelis to the point. Plays it back. Another chance. Shot on goal, just tipped wide. Now Boyley with it. Back to the point. Nobes to Boyley. Boyley takes a shot. That one's off iron and out of play.
An unmistakable ping of a puck off a post, and Seibel freezes, not quite sure where it went. And the Voodoos doing an excellent job on the penalty kills, spending a lot more time in Kirkland Lake's zone than Kirkland Lake spent in theirs, but more importantly for Kirkland Lake, that's time ticking away, 7:10 remaining.
Puck off the draw, tried to get it to Dawson, who was in his skates though, and goes away. Now Tingay with it, keeps it in. We're back to 5-on-5 as Cowell comes off, or out of the penalty box. Shot on Seibel, turned away. And now the Voodoos try to clear it. Tingay keeps it in. Brownlee plays a puck back. Seibel with a blocker save. Whitelaw comes away with it. Puck down the ice, chasing after it is Rive. Rive's gonna get to it in the corner. Rive stops up, turns around, leaves it back for Dawson behind the net. Dawson tried to feed it out front to Dubroy, and the puck just didn't quite get there as it hit a couple of bodies, and Janicki's just gonna cover things up.
If you're the Voodoos, you're happy for the offensive zone draw. Attack, attack, attack. You have to keep up the pressure. We even saw that on the penalty kill. Instead of just standard dumbing the puck down when you have time, you try and go for the shorthand opportunity. You got to do anything to tie this back up.
Draw in Kirkland Lake zone. Cowell gets to it. Tried to play it back in for Russo. Russo still battling down below the goal line. Now Cowell gets to it, dumps it back in. It's off the end wall and bounces out front. Janicki nearly got a piece of that. And the puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Coleman with it. Coleman sends the puck in. Cowell chasing after it. Still battling for it. Cullison in there as well. Cowell trying to come away with it. Russo trying to get it to him. Russo kicks it over. And the puck is played back to the point. McKillop has it. Off his skates, throws it towards the net. That one hits a body, never quite made it to Janicki. Now Saucier, who has the game winner right now, to Boyley. Boyley had it knocked off his stick. And the puck comes back out. Cowell goes behind his net. 5.5 minutes left here in the third period. It's a 3-2 hockey game. Cowell walks to the middle of the ice. Couldn't quite get it all the way in, though. And now Dubroy has it in his own zone to Kratz. Kratz up for Dubroy. Dubroy dumps that one in. Puck comes to the side of the net. Janicki's just going to cover things up with Dubroy lurking. And we'll get another stoppage here. 5:21 on the clock.
Shots 38-26 in favor of Powassan at this point. And you're hoping to get a couple more towards the net of Janicki, who's done a fantastic job of stopping them from finding the back of his net. The Voodoos, you'd just be happy for one more.
Puck off the draw. Rive kept it in. Whitelaw does as well. However, the Gold Miners are finally going to get it out. Not very far, though, as it's dumped back down on, and then we'll get a stoppage on a hand pass here.
5:11 remaining, time continuing to tick away. And the Voodoos are going to be happy with that turn of events, as the puck will be dropped just in front of their bench. And if you're Kirkland Lake, you just got to keep up the pressure, keep up the momentum that you've been able to carry throughout this third period.
Puck won back by Powassan Rive. Over to the far side. Back up the ice looking for Rive. He couldn't quite get a handle on it now, as now Leaners walks in. Leaners and Kratz battling in the near side corner. Schunborn to it. Got it to McGunthin. McGunthin, his pass cross ice. Hits a skate. Whitelaw has to pick it up and go back into his own zone. Schunborn on the puck. Got it over for Kratz. Kratz flipping the puck down the ice. Got it to Rive. Rive, his pass down the ice. They say no icing, though, as it missed everyone. Now the puck back the other way. Fittger off to the races. Fittger walking in. Goes to the backhand. Now he's in the corner. Still battling for possession. 4:20 left in this game. Another shot on goal. Another save by Seibel. Angelis back in deep. Got it to Abresh. Abresh plays it out front. Dangerous chance there for the Gold Miners. As now we're going to get a penalty called. It's a hooking call against Eric Whitelaw.
And a string of penalties and a string of players to the penalty box for the Voodoos. They did a good job at killing off the last one, but more importantly, that's 2 minutes. That's 4 minutes where you are on defense. A double minor.
That's going to kill off pretty much what's left of this game.
And if you're Kirkland Lake, you got to be happy. If you're the Voodoos, you got to do your best to get a shorthanded goal. Killing off the penalty is hard enough. Getting a goal on it is even harder.
Off the draw, another chance, they score! Abresh puts one past Seibel on the one-timer. As that's his 9th of the season, is going to send the fans home here.
That will.
I'm going to guess Whitelaw had to say something that led to that.
I would imagine there was an unsportsmanlike called in there. It was called a double minor for spearing.
Okay. Anyways, before I get in trouble, Kratz with the puck off the draw. It's played by the Gold Miners. Keep in mind, they're still on the man advantage here. 4-2 hockey game. Puck dumped back in. Now another chance in tight against Cybele. And they're going to have to play it into the corner. Schunborn with it. Tries to play it around. Hard hit on the far side. Still a chance here for the Gold Miners. Gray back to the blue line. Gray battling for it. Abresh has it knocked away from him by Dubroy. Dubroy. And he's going to take an... There's going to be a penalty here this time, I think, against Kirkland Lake. As the hand went up as Dubroy was chasing his man. So we're going to get some 4-on-4 action here for a minute 14 as Abresh is going to go. If the Gold Miners hold on to win this game, they'll finally pass Elliott Lake for points on the season, and they'll have 7 wins, which will tie them with Elliott Lake for wins. Remember, Elliott Lake has not played since December.
Kirkland Lake putting on a heck of a show. Even more so, Janicki's put on just an absolute masterclass tonight.
He's been unbelievable in that.
Just unreal.
Owen Call with the puck through the neutral zone. Leaves it for Lucas DeCallaway. DeCallaway played it back. Nolan didn't expect it, so he had vacated the area. Now it's going to be Call down the ice. Owen Call walks in over the blue line. Call takes a shot. Janicki with a save. Call now behind the net, tried to feather it out front for Rive. Rive goes back to the blue line. Now up front, Call with a big chance there. And Janicki with a big save of Cybele. Looks to go towards the bench. 28 seconds left on the 4-on-4. That's the 40th shot on goal for Powassan. Now we see some extracurriculars here between Nolan and a coal miner player. That's probably going to send Nolan to the showers, as that's Tingay that he was going after. Jack Nolan going to the box. He's piping hot. I'm shocked that they haven't sent him out of the game yet. Tingay also being shown to the box.
So I imagine that will result in offsetting and will stay at 4-on-4. And it looks like that will be the case.
2:28 left on the clock, 4-2 Kirkland Lake. Like you said, 4-on-4 here.
Right.
However, the Voodoos are pulling Austin Cybele. So it's actually 5-on-4 right now. Caden Dubroy wins it back to Cowell. Cowell out to the front for Kratz. Takes the shot, he scores! Marcus Kratz through the 5-hole of Mason Janicki. And he just made this one even more interesting as it's now 4-3 for Kirkland Lake as Kratz Zabumafu gets his 8th of the season.
And you see Kratz get the puck, he holds, and is able to find the 5-hole on Janicki, bringing us within 1 goal, 2:22 remaining in this one. And due to the quote-unquote 4-on-4 action, it is still 2 players in the box for another, 15 seconds at least.
Kratz knocked off the puck by Schunborn, and the Gold Miners pick it up in their own zone. Nearly losing possession in the slot, though, was Cullison. Now it's dumped into Voodoo's territory. Cybele is going to cover things up. So to start their shortened power play, the Voodoos are going to be in their own zone with Whitelaw coming off the penalty. 2 minutes left, though, on the dot in this period.
Step 1 is done. Get that first goal. Step 2, tie it up, and you will be on the man advantage. It's the ideal scenario if you are going to be down. Now you just got to make it happen.
Nolan still jawing back and forth on the bench with Tingay over at the penalty box. Oh, to be the scorekeeper and PA guy right now. In between them. Caden Cowell off the draw. Going for a skate as he puts on the jet. Cybele out of his net. Voodoos have a 6-on-5. Puck is in the near side. 6-on-4 rather.
Number 15, 2 in for roughing. And number 21 from Kirkland Lake.
Puck still on the near side corner. Minute 35 left on the clock. Rive pinching in. Plays it cross ice. Looks for his man. Tried to get a shot away. And that was Saginaw. Now we're going to get another call here. And it's actually a stoppage as the puck is, or the net is knocked off its moorings by Caleb Dawson.
And what a diving effort from Cullison in front of the shot, helping out his netminder with one of those shots towards the goal, and a brief reprieve here.
Minute 26 as it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. I don't know which team called it, but either way, the players are going to retreat to the bench. It's Powassan who called it. And what a turn here, Harrison, as it's a 4-3 hockey game.
We've had a nail-biter of a third period. We had a tie game at 2-2, then a player in Hull go down, and quickly a goal answered back by Kirkland Lake. And then they go up 4-2. You pull the goalie in a 5-on-4 scenario. Back within one for Powassan, a brief power play, and a minute 26 remaining. You cannot get much closer than this, folks. As the net is back on its moorings, the players back on the ice, and we are back for the final minute and a half of hockey.
Roy in for the draw. He wins it. Now far side, Cowell with a shot. That one floated over the net, kept in by Powassan. Rather, that was Russo that won the draw. And now the puck rolls all the way down to Voodoo's territory. Caden Cowell to get it as the penalty has expired. Puck up for Dawson. Knocked off his stick. Schunborn dumps it right back in. Kratz to collect it. We're into the final minute now. Puck through the neutral zone. Not for long though, but now Kratz picks it up. Kratz, who just scored, gave it right back to Kirkland Lake. And they're going to get an empty netter here. And that should end things here with 52.8 seconds on the clock, as that's going to be Fittger, who started the scoring here, getting his 15th of the season.
And that will be the icing on the cake for this one for Kirkland Lake. You drive all the way down here through an absolute blizzard. You fight tooth and nail. You get a show-stopping performance from Janicki. And the rest of this game, barring a miracle, is a formality.
Puck off the draw. Rive with it at his own blue line. Sam Rive is hauled down, and there's going to be a delayed penalty on that one as Boys throws it back in. 35 seconds left, and the Voodoos are going to have a shortened penalty once again. 33.3 seconds, so you're telling me there's a chance?
There's always a chance when there's time left on the clock. And you'll have the 6-on-4 as Seibel remained out of the net. And the Voodoos just hoping to get as many pucks towards the net as possible.
Owen Collin for the draw for Powassan. 5-3 game here for Kirkland Lake as he wins it. And the puck back down the ice. Seibel back. He on the bench again. Kratz chasing after it. 25 seconds. Kratz quickly down the ice, got it to Russo, and the puck's bouncing there. Cowell. It's given away again, and the puck bounces in onto the near side corner. Dawson picks it up. 12 seconds left on the clock. And now it's back in for Russo. Russo walks in, gets it towards the net. That should do it, though, as time is going to expire here. And the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners are going to get their 7th win of the season, and they're going to just they're going to finally pass Elliott Lake on the standings, but a big victory here for the Gold Miners and a massive loss for the Powassan Voodoos on home ice.
With games ticking away on the schedule, every win is important as things are not quite set in stone for the final 2 spots in the playoffs, but Kirkland Lake swarming their goaltender Mason Janicki, who had an outstanding performance tonight. Absolutely the first star of the game in my mind.
Shots on goal, 41-29 in favor of the Voodoos. So, with that being said, Janicki made 38 saves on the night, and like you said, he was absolutely fantastic.
Of note, he made roughly 30 up to the point of the second period.
Well, that'll put a bow on this one. Kirkland Lake skating away with a victory, their first victory against Powassan in a couple of years. It's a 5-3 final here. I'm Courtney, he's Harrison. Harrison, your final thoughts, though, before we pack up.
One of the wildest third periods I've seen in the Sportsplex in a very long time. Kirkland Lake, after having the game tied up, they get the quick tap in, and that started the beginning of the end for the Voodoos as just things kept spiraling. The Voodoos get a glimmer of hope with the goal to get within one at the very end, but it's not enough despite the power play, despite the extra attacker, despite the extra time in zone. It's Kirkland Lake coming away with the win, and that will make that long ride back up home a little bit easier.
So that'll do it for this one here. I'm Courtney, he's Harrison, and of course Mike Brown celebrating his birthday every single game. Our camera operator, and Cassie Millen down at the ice level getting some great shots on social media. Keep an eye around as we'll have some more Voodoos hockey coming up your way. Also check out the the Jackson Smith and Austin Seibel podcast that we just put out this week. There's not really much else to say, so with that being said, we bid you a good night. Stay inside and away from blizzards.
Average Joe's Eatery and Patio Bar is North Bay's only year-round lakefront restaurant. On the shores of beautiful Trout Lake, we have been serving delicious food and stunning views since 1999. Indulge in one of our delicious menu items, or simply sit with a cocktail in hand and watch the beauty of Trout Lake before your eyes. Check us out online at averagejoes.net or visit us in person at 3501 Trout Lake Road, North Bay.
The Goalie Resiliency Podcast, hosted by Chris Dawson and Dr. Rob Graham. With player interviews new and old, goalie insights, and everything you need to know about being a netminder, this is the podcast to check out. You can subscribe at youtube.com/goalie resiliency or instagram.com/goalie_resiliency.